All right.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of What Wea.
We're back on the show, guys.
We're back on the show, everybody. Mr. Chris, how have you been doing this? I wanted to say this weekend, but this was kind of like a weekend, sort of. Not really. Was it?
I mean, was it? It was one day.
It was a day,
People got off today, too?
A lot of people had today off.
Oh, okay.
So I took, in the morning, I had to take the subway. I had to go out really early. I'll tell you later where I went. But I was like, yeah, no problem. You know, it's Friday. Most of the people got what they call sandwich.
Yeah.
And the subway was fucked today. They had some fucking technical breakdown for whatever.
Oh, no.
You know, it should have been smooth sailing, but it was just horrible. Worse than like the rest of the week.
Yeah, I was taking people through La Vega on a little tour, right?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, like taking 20 people through La Vega today was hell. It took forever.
Why was that? Oh, because a lot of people there were buying. They had their day off.
Yeah, there were a lot of people at the Vega today, and just like trying to take 20 people through, and then every time we stop to talk about something, it's just like four guys with giant cards, like "Oye, permiso, permiso."
Yeah. Oh God.
Oye, pasando.
But what time were you there at La Vega?
And we were there at like 11 or so.
11. Okay, because I used to have my grandma.
Yeah.
She would wake up really like at the crack of dawn. I remember this one time that I had to go to school. I was like getting up to go to school, like at 7 a.m. And my grandma, she was all spruced up. And she asked me, what time is it? I'm like,
Grandma spruced up.
Yeah. and I saw her, and she's like, what time is it? I'm like, it's 7:05, I think. She's like, yeah, perfect time. And she went to La Vega, fucking early in the morning. Because according to her, that's like the best time to go. And now with what you say, I guess she was right.
Oh, the earlier the better for those places.
Yeah, but it just sucks to get up so early just to go to La fucking Vega.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm only going to Vega if I'm going to get lunch, too.
Yeah. I usually go... I used to go a lot to La Vega. See, like every weekend. I would be like, the Saturday, I'd be like, yeah, all right, I'll get up. And I just get all the vegetables and shit. Because it's like dirty. It's really, really cheaper than going to the supermarket.
Oh,
the supermarket,
the vegetables in La Vega,
yeah,
like stupid cheap.
Yeah.
I always get way too much, the quantity.
I know. The same thing happens to me. You got to freeze some.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Anything frozen's good.
Yeah, frozen.
I can't go wrong with that.
Because, for example, I have a friend of mine that he lives in Licanray, which is down south. Have you ever been there?
Nah.
Okay.
Licanray?
Licanray, yeah.
I was like, Rick and Morty, ¿qué, güey?
Okay. Like Rick and Morty. No, Licanray.
Okay.
It's spelled Ray. Licanray. You know?
Okay.
And it's down like near Temuco, sort of. It's like 2 hours from Temuco or one. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but it's around that area.
Okay.
There's a lake there. There's a lot of lakes. El Lago Villarrica is around there too. So I have a friend of mine who I used to live with in Canada, and he always had his dream was to leave that fucking country and then to come down to Licanray and open like a hostel where people would go for the summer.
Cool.
And then he would rent out that hostel. That was his dream.
Mm-hmm.
Rent out that hostel, and then the rest of the year just, live in solitary confinement pretty much. Because in Licanray, it's dead. Like the rest of the year, it's dead.
Okay.
So he actually did it. So he has a place now, a hostel in Licanray, and he rents out the place. He makes a lot of fucking money for not doing anything.
Yeah, just renting out.
Renting
not
out.
Airbnb, like a hostel.
Yeah, it's a hostel. Like there are different rooms. It's like one big ass house, but it's broken down into many, many rooms.
Hostel, like, I don't know. I feel like being an administrator of a hostel, there's so much stuff happens in hostels. It's disgusting.
I know.
Oh, God. Every little crevice has stories.
What have you heard of about hostels?
I don't know. I've been to a lot of hostels, and I've done things in hostels. And then I think, people are working here.
Yeah. But have you ever been to those hostels where you got to share the room with some other fucker?
Yeah, with like 8 people, with 12 people, with 16 people.
No way, really? But are those... Esas son como pensiones, po. I don't know if I would share like a room with some random...
I try not to now.
Yeah.
Because that's... I don't know. Like, dude, I'd say like 1 in 5 people snore.
Yeah.
I don't know what the statistic is.
I snore totally fucking loud.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a locomotive. I'm a locomotive.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was younger, I remember that would always be like the... what's it called? The deal breaker.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I'd have girls over, or I'd go over to girls' houses, and then at night they'd be like, yeah, you got to leave, man. Like, come on, man, what, are you using me? They're like, no, you just snore way too fucking loud.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm a twitcher.
What does that mean?
I have involuntary spasms when I'm sleeping.
Don't we all, though?
No, dude, mine are like worse.
Really?
Yeah.
But how bad do you twitch, though?
I don't know, because I don't see myself twitching. No one's ever filmed me.
You should film yourself, like paranormal activity shit.
I guess I could. I wake up and like go out and get a sandwich, and I come back and I'm like moving. I don't know what it is, but I'll wake up the next day, and then I don't know, like the girls will tell me, or the girl I'm with will tell me, like, yeah, your shoulder moves like you're like doing a Michael Jackson dance move or something. Like my shoulder will move, and then I just like spasm and.
Like what has happened to me is that sometimes I'll dream that I'm falling down and I'll wake up like that.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's a fun one.
Yeah, or sometimes I'll kick. You know,
Yeah,
I've heard people tell me that. Oh, you kicked me in your sleep. You know,
No.
I wasn't sleeping, bitch. No, but for real, yeah, I've heard. I know that I snore, so you're a twitcher. Hostels, I don't know. So, but what I was getting at, this guy, he has this hostel, and then by the end of the season or whatever, there's like, you know, all these jewelry places. I was gonna say, all these places where you can get vegetables, así como las verdulerías.
Yeah.
I don't know how you call that in English. How would you call a verdulería?
Ah man, it's just like
Vegetable store,
local market.
a produce market, right? Something like that.
Kind of.
Produces are like La Vega, or not?
Because I would go with my mom when I go visit the United States to these places that sell vegetables and fruits, and it's all like there's Amish there.
Yeah, those are called produce markets, aren't they?
They're called like, yeah, the local market. That's all Central Market. It's like really it's very basic.
Just market.
Yeah.
Fucking boring gringos, man.
I wish we had a cool name like Verduraria.
Or La Vega Central.
La Verga Central.
So anyway, the local market or whatever. So it's the end of the season, right? So let's say February 28th or 29th if it's a leap year or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
They'll do like a stupid ass sale, but like ridiculous. Like you'll get like boxes of fucking tomatoes for Luca.
They're just giving you the tomato.
They're just giving them away because it's the shit that they weren't able to sell, and it's all going to go bad anyway. So they try to get back as much as they can. So they'll sell like, green peppers, like fucking 10 for Luca, 20 for una Luca.
Dude, I paid like 700 pesos for a green pepper.
I know, right?
Yeah.
In the supermarket, it's stupid. I've seen 1,000, una Luca, un pimentón, una Luca.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
fuck off, yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
So what this guy does is that he'll take advantage of that shit, and he has this huge ass fucking freezer. So he goes to the produce market or whatever we're gonna call them, la verdulería, and he buys like a shitload of different shit, and then he opens up his fucking freezer, and then for 1 day or 2 days straight, he just portions shit up.
Okay.
He'll cut fucking green peppers in like portions for like one person, for like a meal. And he'll put them in little Ziploc bags and then into the freezer, into the freezer, into the freezer, into the freezer.
Cool.
And there he has food for the rest of the year.
Wow.
I'm not kidding.
That's fucking smart.
I know it is, but it's a pain in the ass though,
Yeah.
Yeah. So he keeps that all frozen, so he has like vegetables for the rest of the year.
Clever.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's a way to game the system.
Yeah, so he makes like a shitload of fucking money on the hostel, and then the house is his, so he doesn't have to pay rent. And then food, at least vegetables, he's covered for the whole year, so he can spend his money on whatever the fuck.
He can go like spend the money on what, and like go to the Walton. What is it? Just go live in the forest and write about ants.
Did you ever read that book, Walden, by Henry David Thoreau? Life in the Woods.
Life in the Woods. I haven't, but I know it's like observations of a guy.
Yeah,
just living by himself in a cabin, basically, right?
I remember I tried to read it once, but it was just way. I think I was too young for it.
Okay.
Because it was just way. Because he'll write down like everything.
Yeah.
Like every single step that he took. So today I chopped down, I don't know, these fucking trees, and then I split them into. And I was like, yeah.
But if that's you're by yourself.
Yeah.
And you're really living it.
You're
not thinking about anything but.
Exactly.
Guess what? There's some. I just saw like a hill of ants.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna write about this for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like that's you're doing it.
You're doing it. Yeah. Would you live that way though?
It's like the opposite of what I'm doing now. So I like to romanticize the idea of like, wow, I'm in the woods and I'm completely present and I'm learning from my environment and things like that. Now here I'm just.
But my question is, would you like to do that? Like Henry David Thoreau?
I like to try.
Yeah. I would like to live like in a more austere way, maybe, if you will, but still with technology though.
Yeah, I mean-
You know, like I would love to live like in the fucking woods, but with some killer ass internet.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
at the same time. Because otherwise, yeah, it's like, you'll get fucking bored. And plus, we're so used to stimuli now.
That's a thing.
You know,
my
it's a
brain
thing.
constantly needs a certain amount of like images per minute, I think.
Or something.
It works differently than it did before. I know that much, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So if you stand there and like take in the nature, yeah, that'll be cool for like 2 minutes, I guess.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
and then what the fuck? You'll still want to know what the fuck's going on Instagram.
Exactly.
You know, or on YouTube or whatever the fuck you follow.
And if you can't appreciate it and then show it on Instagram, then what's the point of appreciating it in the first place?
Then it never happened.
Yeah.
You know, it's all these people that go to charity and then they'll post pictures of it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah. So, sorry, go ahead.
Like if a donation for a charity occurs and nobody Instagrams it,
Yeah, then
did
it
it really
never
ever happen?
No.
It's like
really
if a
ever
tree
happened.
falls in the woods, no one's there to hear it.
True, yeah. That's a paradox. No, that's not a paradox. A dilemma? What is that called? I think it's paradox, is it? No, it's dilemma.
What is it?
It's a dilemma.
Dilemma.
I think so. So, today in the morning, I saw It, Part 2.
Part 2. So you were telling me
Yeah.
before we start recording,
Yeah.
you saw it Part 2, and this movie's not coming out for another month, right?
Yeah, I don't know exactly when it's coming out, but I saw it today.
That's awesome.
Because I got like these press. They invite like the press or something. I don't know. They
Yeah.
invited me. They were like, "Listen, so tomorrow we're gonna screen It
So
too."
you're the guy that has a lot of controversial opinions about movies?
I guess so. I mean, who else talks about movies here? I'm pretty much like the only guy.
Yeah.
You know, pretty
That's
much. I
true.
mean, there are some more, but it's small. It's not like in the States. You got like millions of fucking movie reviewers and everything.
You're the
So,
critic. Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. So they called me up yesterday. They're like, "Listen, tomorrow at 9:30, we're going to screen It too. Would you like to come watch it?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, all right."
Cool.
What time? They're like 9:30 a.m. in the fucking cinema.
Oh, nice heads up. Nice heads up
like,
at it.
Thanks a lot, buddy. And then I remembered that I haven't even seen the first one. I mean, I saw the old one with Tim Curry. Did you see that one?
Nah, I didn't see the older one.
No, you haven't seen it?
I mean, I've seen a lot of clips of it, comparing the old Pennywise to the new Pennywise. And I don't know, it was so bad. I remember my friends being like, when I was 12 years old,
Everyone
my friends
was
were like,
scared of that.
If you ever see It by yourself, you will shit your pants, man.
Yeah.
And then you watch it now, like, it's terrible.
It's terrible, yeah. But you see, the thing is, I know that I watched It when I was younger, the one with Tim Curry. But to me, it's pretty much like if I didn't watch it, because I don't remember it at all.
Okay.
You know, like I remember some scenes, like the guy in the sewer, "Hey Georgie," you know, that kind of shit.
Hey, Georgie.
But I don't remember like much of it.
You want your boat?
You on your boat, Georgie? and the other thing is that all these Stephen King movies, I don't know if it's now, but they all have like a really B movie feel to them. All of them. Because I remember, not too long ago, I remember I saw at a store, there was like a special offer for DVDs. And it was the Tommyknockers, Cujo, and I can't remember, Pet Sematary maybe?
Which they just remade again.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I heard it's shit.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen it.
I read the reviews are pretty terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the Tommyknockers, Pet Sematary, I think, and I don't know, one of the older ones. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Pet Sematary.
Okay.
Tommyknockers, Cujo, and Buick 8, maybe. I don't know. So I remember I saw him. It was like a 3-pack DVD, and they were like, I don't know, like $7. I was like, yeah, it's a killer deal. I get it.
Yeah.
And those movies are, God, they're so bad.
Man.
Like, they're unwatchable. Do you ever remember watching the Tommyknockers, for example?
Not the Tommyknockers, man.
But you ever heard of it? You know which one it is, at least?
Among the Stephen King novels? Nah, man.
The Tommyknockers is, here in Chile, it was called Extraña Energía.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I mean, how
course,
would you
like the
translate the
literal
Tommyknockers?
translation,
Yeah.
like that.
How else would... So it's supposed to be like about these... there's these guys that find like a spaceship in the woods, and then they find that it has like this weird-ass energy, which is green. And so all the people from Maine start using it for whatever. Like there's this kid that wants to be a total magician, like a real magician.
Yeah.
And then he uses this green shit. He hears like voices in his head and crap to put together like this weird ass contraption, and then suddenly he's like the best magician ever.
Boom.
Yeah.
He's the new David Blaine.
He's the new David Blaine. Yeah, you know. So,
Wow.
But the movie is shit though. It's like it looks like a B movie, man. All of them look really like B movie ish.
It's hard to adapt like Stephen King novels.
Yeah, because so weird.
Yeah.
The guy is so weird.
I feel like the new It The first one, I don't know about the second one because you.
Okay, yeah.
But the first one that I saw, it does a better job of conveying that, like, okay, this clown can fucking transform into anything,
into whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, and that's a really cool thing that you could. And if it's written in a book, and like it transformed into a spider and it transformed into this other thing, it's gonna work because it's playing with your own imagination.
Exactly. Well, that's the good thing about books is they always play off on what's on your head, which is pretty much what Pennywise does because he knows what you fear.
Yeah. But as soon as you literally see the monster,
it kind of loses the magic.
I feel that. Yeah. And I think it's the same thing with any movie. Like a book, it never really has to truly reveal the monster.
Exactly.
Because it still lives in your brain.
Exactly. So, what was I going to say? So, I watched the first one, since they told me tomorrow, 9:30, I was like, yeah, I remember that I haven't even seen the new one. So, I saw it last night, and I liked it. I found it pretty good.
Yeah, of all the newer horror movies that I've seen, I think It, Part 1, was my favorite.
What did you like about it, especially?
Well, I'll be honest, I saw it, I was pretty high when I saw it. So,
Come on, drugs cannot be a prerequisite for a movie, man.
Sorry, the movie was good, apart from the fact that I was kind of stoned. I just remember that the scenes, like, it hits you really quickly. Yeah. I like it, the kid gets his arm ripped off.
That was fucked.
That's
I didn't
great.
see that one coming.
Yeah. And it's like, what?
A fucking kid with his arm taken off, yeah.
Like, they showed a kid getting his arm ripped off. When was the last time you saw that?
Exactly, yeah.
And then, but I don't know, I think that the scares, like, really do hit you.
See, that's what happened to me, too, because when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, this is actually freaky. It was, like, freaky shit. Like, the kid that comes out of the mattress or whatever. Yeah. Like, all the transformations and all, like, the weird shit, they actually did look, like, really weird.
Yeah.
And I was surprised by that. I thought it was going to be a lot more shit, the first one.
Like, it's going to be a lot worse than... Yeah?
Yeah, I thought when I saw it, I just saw it just because I was going to watch part 2 today. Like, before, I never felt like the need to watch it. Because I was like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the book's going to be better, obviously. Yeah. Have you read it, the book?
I have some scenes and stuff, but I haven't, like, gone through and read the whole fucking book, man.
Yeah, that one's fucking huge, too.
It's like 600 pages.
Yeah, I would say that it's more, though. I would say that it's even longer than that.
Jesus
but I'm not
Christ,
sure.
dude.
I haven't read that one. I've read a lot of Stephen King novels, but I've never read it.
I mean, they're saying, like, in the movie, the book apparently goes more into the town, the history of the clown. He has, like, more incarnations. He comes out, like, once, like a locust once every 27 years or whatever.
And what about the orgy scene?
Oh, right, where they all have sex with the girl.
Yeah, with the girl.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
And it goes into detail about, like, each of the guys.
About underage sex.
That's nuts, man.
I know.
And they could totally do that back then.
Yeah, because it's a book.
They could, I don't know if it became like a nationally popular book.
Yeah, true.
That's crazy. It's part of like the cultural lexicon. A book that includes underage sex.
Orgies.
Is it? And it's supposed to be like a bonding experience between the characters too.
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Supposed to be. Yeah. But is it an orgy though? If it's only one girl, wouldn't that be like a gangbang? Like, what's the difference between an orgy and a gangbang? Is there any? I think orgy is like many different couples having sex at the same time, or with each other.
But for this, I think underage gangbang sounds a lot worse.
True.
Sounds a lot worse than underage orgy.
An underage gangbang. Yeah, that sounds totally fucked.
That's really rough.
Yeah, so I think those are parts that they didn't include, of course.
But the first the pacing is good. It's really good.
It's really good. The pacing is really good.
But there's a good scare with the clown like once every 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It was really well pulled off, and the actor too. He was really good at it. Skarsgård or whatever the fuck his last name is.
Yeah.
I liked it, man. I really did enjoy it.
I feel like it was Stranger Things, but like just turn up every knob, like turn up the volume, turn up the loudness, the weirdness.
Yeah, up
just
to the max.
Turn everything up. Yeah. That's what I felt like I was watching it.
Yeah, I liked it. All the weird ass hallucinations that the kid had, like the girl with the blood, and the fucking, everything. I remember that it was all like really creepy. So I liked it. I thought it was going to be not terrible, but I thought it was going to be like, just your average run-of-the-mill horror movie. Because I remember people comparing it to Stranger Things, and I didn't really I liked the first Stranger Things.
It's like the first one, the first season, yeah.
Yeah. The second, did you see the second season of Stranger Things?
I skipped it.
Yeah,
like an idiot. I watched first season and the third season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And was the third any good?
Third? People have really like received it well. It's good. I like it.
You like it. Okay.
What else can you say? Like, the characters are cool.
Yeah.
Everything moves about as far as it should. There's just the right amount of twist. It's all nicely, like, the production's insane. It's
of
really
course.
well made. Like,
Yeah.
the 80s references are, like, in your face all the time. I feel like there's I feel like some of the humor, though, gets a little lazy with, like, oh, here we are. We're in the 80s, guys. We're going to, like, discover Back to the Future for the first time, everyone.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Or like, oh, one of the kids going to drink new Coke or Coke 2.
Coke 2.
Yeah, and he's going to
right.
act like it's going to be the best new Coke. Like, he loves it so much.
He loves it so much.
He's convinced it's going to last forever. And I feel like some of the humor is a little easy.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite get weird enough. I think the first one was more unpredictable.
Yeah, I liked the first one a lot. The second one, I hated it. I mean, I wouldn't say I hated it because I still watched it the whole thing, but after that I was like, yeah, I'm all right with this show. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna watch the third season.
Yeah?
No, not really. I mean, the first one was great. Second one was meh. So what's the point? I think. Are they gonna pull out? Like, are they gonna make a fourth one?
The creators apparently said they're going to have 5 seasons.
5 seasons.
Yeah.
So how stranger can the things get?
Yeah. At the end of the day, the monsters, once you see them too, and you know, like, oh, it comes from a different
The
universe.
Demogorgon was pretty cool. I remember, like, when they first showed him off.
Yeah.
I found him pretty cool.
But as soon as you see the monster,
Yeah, then it's
you
like
get bored then.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and
You
I
blow
feel
your
like
load.
In season 3, it's like, at no point are you ever scared. Season 1, there's a few like creepy moments.
Yeah, creepy moments. Yeah.
Season 3, you're never scared. And then
Okay.
it's really computer generated, the monster. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I didn't find the first It. I mean, this new It, the one that came out in 2017. I didn't find it to be that similar to Stranger Things. I thought I was gonna hate the kid a lot more, the kid that's actually in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But I liked him.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
a good
and I
protagonist.
like the way that they talk to each other like kids. You know, your mama. You know, it's like it was fun. It was nice, and they swear a lot, like kids do.
They did it. They actually did good child dialogue.
Yeah,
Is
they
that possible?
I know. Yeah, well, they did. You know,
Yeah.
they talk like kids. I remember when I was a kid, I still swear a lot, but when I was a kid, I would swear like for everything, and your mom and your mama's pussy and all that.
Yeah.
So then, so today I watched the part 2, and it was just fucking gay.
Oh man.
It was really gay.
Yeah?
I mean, maybe it's because I had it too fresh, the first one. Because the first one, I started watching it last night, and I fell asleep. And today I woke up like at 6:30 a.m., so I said, I'll finish off the movie. So I watched it, and then I took a shower, and then I went to go watch the second one.
The man, the machine,
Yeah.
the critic.
That's me, putting in all the hours that are necessary. So maybe it was too fresh in my mind, or maybe I enjoyed it too much for the second one. Because I don't know, man. Like,
So what's missing in the second one? Because I'm really disappointed to hear that the second one's not good. Because I've been looking forward to this movie for 2 years.
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's horrible, you know? I just really didn't enjoy it. There were points where I was bored. There were points that I felt that it was dragging on for way too long, which didn't happen to me with the first one.
First one's like 8 minutes. Boom, kid sees the word clown in a different place.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, it's weird.
And the hallucinations and all that shit, and the voice that he has and all that crap.
I honestly remember watching the first one and being like, I was also stoned, like I said. But after like 45 minutes or so, I was like, I need a break. Like, this is intense.
Yeah.
And I was looking around the theater too, and everybody was really absorbed. And I was like, all right, guys, can we just like pause the movie for 5 minutes? I just need to take a breath. Like,
A breath of fresh air?
yeah.
Okay, so It Part 2, it happens like 20 years afterwards or something. I missed like the first 10 minutes because I got there late. Because in the morning there was a fucking, like I said, in El Metro, there was some fuck up thing. So I got there a bit late. So I lost like 10 minutes. I had a friend of mine that was there, and I asked him like, so what did I miss later? And he was like, no, they just, basically summed up like the first movie.
Okay.
And said, and these are the guys now. So the guy that they throw down the well, the Bauer or something, his name, the kid with the mullet, he's back, but he's like in a mental institution now.
Okay.
And all the other kids are there, and one of them, do you want me to tell it? No, I won't tell it, because you're going to watch it.
I want to watch it, but...
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, but...
Okay.
But I think that what is missing is the fact that we already saw it before when they were kids. So basically, it's like the same thing happening again. They start to hallucinate this weird shit.
Yeah.
But by now, you already know that they figured out that he's not real.
And that he preys off their fears.
And that he preys off their
fears. They know the trick already,
They
right?
know the trick already, exactly. So whenever you're watching it, it doesn't look as freaky as before. Because, like before in the end when Georgie shows up and then he has to kill him and you're like, fuck, maybe that was his brother. that actually was alive? No, it was him playing tricks, right? You kind
That's cool,
you kind of got like that dilemma.
The classic.
Well, yeah, but here that doesn't really happen because, like I said, they all already know everything that's going on. So that gets boring.
But they see the monster and they're like, "You're not real. You're just playing off my fear." And then the monster's like disappears.
No, he keeps
Pennywise?
on. Well, you see, the way it works is that they all get back together, and so the black kid, he says, "I found a way to actually defeat him now." So they have to go back like to the town, and everyone has to find like an artifact of their past to put it together in some weird Native American shit. Like, there's some fucking weird ass thing going on. The black guy is like, we haven't seen each other in 20 years. Well, in these 20 years, I was just researching it and Pennywise the Clown, and I found out that he's an alien, that he landed in a meteor many years ago, and this Native American yeah, I know, right? So really what? And it's him with these Native Americans that would get high, and then they'd find like a way to kill him or something, and they have to do like this ritual to like exorcise him or something.
That's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. I just felt it came out of nowhere. I was like, really? So what? It was a meteor? Like, I think it was cooler when we didn't know where the fuck he actually came from.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know? So all the movie is that. So then the characters, let's say one will go back to his childhood place, and then he'd look at his house, and then they play a scene like from the first one.
Yeah.
And then they'd go over that. Or we'd see a scene from the first one that they didn't show to us.
Cool.
You know, like fill in some sort of gap or whatever.
Okay.
But it was, I don't know, man. Like I said, because since it's a flashback, you already know that the kid survived that shit.
True.
So what you're watching is like, okay, like, so he's scared. And the effects, I don't know if maybe it isn't finished yet because...
I saw the trailer, dude. The trailer's pretty... The trailer good.
Yeah,
well,
the special effects here, they looked kind of shitty. You know, I don't know if I saw like a version that isn't finished yet. You know, like maybe they're still touching the VFX.
Okay.
But it looked kind of shitty. I don't know. Like some monsters that were supposed to be like really creepy, they just looked stupid.
Damn, man.
Like PS1 shit. And the other crap that I couldn't get and I couldn't wrap my head around was all the fucking jokes, man.
They weren't good?
Like, no, I mean...
Bill Hader. Bill Hader from SNL.
Oh, I hated him.
Really? He wasn't funny?
I like Bill Hader. I like him, but he has no fucking reason to be in it. Because, I mean, like, for example, okay, Marvel movies, they joke a lot, too, but they're superheroes, right?
They do a great job of that.
And they're used to fighting whatever fucking huge-ass monster is coming now, so they joke around with it, right?
Yeah.
But Bill Hader, he was a kid that was traumatized by it, and now he's fucking throwing wisecracks at him. Like, it just makes no sense.
Okay. Oh, man.
You know, like, so Pennywise will show up and it'll be like, oh, I missed you, and shit like that. And it'll be like, oh, I missed you like my mom misses her period or something. I don't know. Like, he'll throw wisecracks at him. Like, come on.
Oh, no.
You know, like, and in the first...
period.
Yeah, dude, I mean, it wasn't that, but it was like that kind of shit, you know? Like, it was... Like, before, you understand, because they're little kids, you know? So they're like, yeah, yo, mama's so fat, you know? But here, they're throwing the same jokes, but these are grown-up fucking human beings.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just, I don't know. It's just stupid. I found it stupid. Man. That's the thing.
Word of the day, let down.
Let down. There you go. There's the word of the day, a let down. Something that lets you down.
It's disappointing.
It's something that is disappointing.
Yeah.
It's a letdown. Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't say that it's bad. It's not like I hated it. Like, no, don't watch it, man. You're going to... No, it's not that. It's just stupid.
Okay.
You know, like everything that happens could perfectly have gone any other way around that would make a lot more sense than how it actually went down.
Okay.
So, there you have it, my review. My review of it, part 2. It was...
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they invite you, you're pretty strong as a critic. So I would invite, like, someone who's just an easygoing critic, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's funny because I liked the first one.
Yeah?
Otherwise, I would have said, no, fuck that. I ain't going to watch this shit.
Okay, yeah.
You know? I was really down for it. I didn't go with a notion of, oh, this is going to suck. You know? Not at all. I thought, like, yeah, okay, let's see what this is.
Was it...
what it has in store for us.
Copano bad? Copano's bad?
No. Like I said, it's not bad. It's just...
Was it Badia bad?
No, of course not. No. Like I said, I wouldn't... Well, the people that I went to see it, nobody liked it either.
Okay.
But nobody hated it either. It wasn't like, oh, God, you know, fuck, man, my morning was ruined. No. It's just really stupid.
Okay.
You know, like I think that's like the biggest problem that it has, is that it's dumb. Really dumb. You know,
Shoot.
fucking wisecracking at Pennywise. Like, come on, man.
That's
Throwing jokes at him. He should be traumatized. The fucking kid was traumatized. Like, he still sees him. He still has visions and hallucinations. And he still remembers, like, back when he was a kid and he was getting all fucking freaked out about this clown. But now he's like, you know.
But now he's like doing Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonations and
Exactly, yeah.
doing Al Pacino, like Bill Hader does so well.
Yeah, throwing shots at him, you know. Like,
say hello to my little friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it was dumb. James McAvoy's in it. He's really good.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's not the acting that was bad. I just think it was the scripting. And the pacing also suffers. Like, there's a part that's, like, that I was, like, bored.
Okay.
And I was, like, waiting for, okay, so how much longer is this going to go to?
Damn.
You know, like, I was already, I wanted to get, wanted to
That's
get
the
into
thing.
the...
Building up expectations for movies and waiting for it for, like, years. You have to wait for years sometimes for your favorite movies or video games
Yeah,
or
because that one
whatever
came
to
out
come
in
out.
2017, yeah.
Music as well.
Mhm.
And it always, God. Like, the older I get, the more I realize, like, just not build up expectations for anything. Because as soon as here comes, the new Lion King. I was pretty jacked for it. You know,
Okay.
you see the
Did you-
trailer
did you
comes
watch
up.
it?
Saw it, yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, you told me. You told me it was like watching a National Geographic documentary.
Yeah. But you hear the news, like in 2017, they're going to remake Lion King. Oh, shit, they're going to do it.
So, you know what I think is interesting, too? So, this thing that I went to in the morning,
Yeah.
it's like a press thing, right? There was like 5 more people aside from me.
Okay.
And these are all like journalists and shit like that actually work. They are actual critics.
Okay.
So, what I find funny afterwards when I read reviews of these people, first of all, they all look at you like you're fucking trash to begin with. You know, like they look at me like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be there.
YouTube scum.
Yeah.
You YouTube scum.
YouTube scum, exactly. You know, like first of all, like whenever you get there, they look at you in a weird ass way. Not premieres, you know, like for premieres, a lot of people go.
Why should that? Because you created your own
from
content.
the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah. Now the whole team fucking here. You didn't get like Bidu though.
Yeah.
You fucking started
Like they
making
did,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. And then you built fucking an audience from nothing.
From nothing, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
They had to join a news which would exist pretty much without them.
Yeah.
They-
Well, a lot of people think that I shouldn't talk the way I talk or do the things that I do. There's a lot of people that disagree with me, which
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with, you know, but I think these people, I'm not sure, because I don't know if it's only against me that they look at me like that, but they always have like this kind of uppity, you know, standoffish, like, who the fuck is this guy?
But they know who you are.
Well, yeah, what's he doing here in our private premiere? You know, like it's kind of like that.
That's funny.
So, but what I find funny, aside from all that, is that these people afterwards say like, oh yeah, so here's my written review of it too. Nobody watches the fucking movie, man. I swear to God, I was sitting there, I was blindsided by fucking WhatsApp telephones like every 3 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, because you know, like in the movie theater when it's pitch dark, if somebody turns on his phone, you're gonna see it from a fucking mile away.
Those sons of bitches.
I swear to
Looking
God.
at their phone.
I swear to God,
Yeah.
many of them. You know, many of them.
Not even like
I would say like 99%.
Taking notes? They weren't taking notes, or-
No, they were WhatsApp conversations. I mean, maybe they're telling somebody, oh yeah, so this movie is this. You know, I don't think so.
yeah.
You know, like I think, especially if you're a journalist, like you can retain certain shit.
Okay.
I think. But yeah, a lot of people were on their fucking phones, man. A lot of them.
Dang.
Like to me, I mean, I don't want to sound snide. You know, it's not like I don't use my phone. I use my phone a lot, but I think that when you're gonna watch a movie, then you're gonna watch a movie.
And you're
You know,
being
like-
paid. I guess I'm sure they were being paid.
I'm sure they are being paid, yeah. So if you're going to get paid to watch a fucking movie, and you're going to watch it before everybody else does,
Yeah.
and then a nice-ass cinema, too, you know, and all private and all closed just for you, and these fucking retractable seat shit, you know, the ones where
Okay.
you can, like, stretch your legs.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah, so you have that, and you're still on your fucking phone, buddy. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I trust those people.
Yeah, man.
You know, like if you're gonna watch a movie, it's 2 hours. Just fucking put it on airplane mode. You know, like 2 hours. Like, can I get that? Like, I'm inviting you to a fucking screening. Can I get 2 hours of your undivided attention, please?
Jesus.
It's weird.
These people,
man. Yeah, and then they'll be like, and then those same type of people will be like, oh, you know nothing about cinema, Caesar.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you know, YouTube scum? You know, and fuck them.
Películas QALs.
Yeah.
Nah, but it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, I know that people will enjoy it. Like I said, it's not horrible. I just felt let down.
Yeah.
It was a letdown is what it is. So are we ready for our first break?
Okay, we'll do a quickie.
We'll do a quickie to go to the bathroom. So we're back.
We're back.
We're back with some more What Wea.
What way are?
I would like to remind everybody that What Wea now has a YouTube channel as well. So you can find us in Spotify and iVox, also in Apple iTunes, and now we also have a YouTube channel.
Dope.
So you can look up for it as What Wea. Same way, just What Wea with a question mark at the end. You know what sucks though? There's a lot of other channels that are called like that.
Wait, there's other channels with what way are?
Yeah, they're not podcasts though.
What are they?
I don't know, just random shit.
YouTube channels.
Yeah.
People's
They're-
like names or...
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, skits or whatever. I don't know.
Really? I gotta check it out.
I mean, yeah. I remember that when I did, I was like, oh, fuck. There's already other channels that are called like that.
There's
But like
already-
I said, they have like 2 subscribers. They're like shit that some fucking guy came up with for some reason.
There's,
You know?
I mean, everything's been... What's
So
that
here's
joke? The joke
what Wea, this one has 27 subscribers. Another one has 1 video. Another one, yeah. See, there's 3 more.
Oh, those bastards.
Those bastards, you know? Yeah, we should
What's
look
it,
at
Dane
that.
Cook has a joke like, go on YouTube, all right? Punch the keyboard.
Yeah.
F:/.
Yeah.
And a video will come up, you know, this fat kid dancing, F:/, F:/. Doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
It already is somewhere on the interweb.
I once was searching on Spotify and I found one that was called Críticos QLS. Just like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? These assholes. But it only has like 1 short ass clip. And so
Okay.
I think they must have been like, oh man, that name's already taken.
Yeah.
You know, good for them. Otherwise, I was going to sue the fuck out of them. No, I can't sue them though. I have no grounds to sue.
I'll sue you.
I'll sue you. What's up? So, what are we going to talk about now? My Where's Waldo wearing t-shirt motherfucker.
Doing my tours, okay? You don't gotta make me feel bad about it.
And yours
Tours on
actually
walls.
says Wally.
Yeah.
Why is he here called Wally when it's always Waldo?
Is Waldo just a weirder name that in Chile?
Yeah.
They're gonna say, oh, Waldo. But people know Wally.
But Wally is even weirder, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I think Waldo makes more sense. Like Eduardo, Waldo,
Waldo.
El Waldo.
El Valdo.
El Valdo, yeah. Some people, they pronounce that as a V.
I don't know. I don't know why it says Wally, but I do
Yeah,
call...
yeah, because here it's Donde está Wally?
Yeah.
And in English, it's Where's Waldo?
Mhm.
I don't think they should ever change names like that.
Nah. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, like...
The adapting, you gotta do it.
Yeah, but do you want to change the names, though? Like, for example, It. Like, it should be called It, right? You can't go
it's
see
eso.
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 Yeah. That's-
Eso.
It's boring. Oye, ¿has visto eso? Mira.
Eso.
¿Y has visto este? Y así.
Leste para allá.
Yeah.
Leste. That's a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, they shouldn't change names. So what were we going to talk about then, Mr.
We had the idea of
Waldo?
party culture.
Party culture. Party Rock is in the house tonight.
Those guys fell apart. LMFAO.
Did you know that one guy was the other guy's uncle?
No.
I swear to fucking God.
Wait, Red Foo? Was the
Okay,
one with the,
Red
the
Foo?
afro, right?
Yeah, well, the one with the afro. The other guy. I used
I
to know
think they
his
had
name.
dumb names. I forget the other guy's
Yeah.
name. That was his
Blue?
uncle?
Sky Blue?
Sky Blue?
I think it was Sky Blue.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. We gotta search for this shit up.
God, if it's LMFMO.
Yeah. LMFAO name. Band names. I know that one is
But they broke apart, right?
yeah, Red Foo and Sky Blue.
Sky Blue.
Okay, so Red Foo is like fucking old as fuck.
No.
And Sky Blue is the guy's nephew.
You fucking
I
serious?
swear to God. Here, let me look it up, actually. Yeah, it's true. The guy, you know where I saw that? In Beavis and Butthead.
And the new ones?
Yeah, on the new ones, they were watching LMFAO. I think it was Party Rock Anthem. And they
Okay.
were like, yeah, this guy's uncle. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that can't be true. And it's true. LMFAO, an initialism for laughing my fucking ass off, was an American electronic dance music duo consisting of Uncle Red Foo and his nephew Sky Blue.
There's my boy Sky Blue.
They respectively are a son and grandson of Motown Records founder Berry Gordy Jr.
I knew they came from something.
Yeah,
I knew they came from some royalty.
Some pituto.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They nailed the party rock songs for long. They had some good ones. And they just fell off the face of the earth.
Party Rock Anthem. Which one was the other one? Sexy and I Know It.
Sexy, I know it.
Champagne Showers.
Yes.
Champagne Shower. Ah. Yeah.
Shots? Shot.
What about the one from the Jersey Shore?
What's that one?
I can't remember the name of it. But it was like, get crazy, get wild, get party, get loud. And you want to get down to this stuff.
And Lil Jon appears at some point.
Yeah.
There you go.
Did you ever watch the Jersey Shore?
Of course.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Did you like it? I mean, it's shit. It's a shit-ass show, but it was really good.
I
like,
thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's like trash TV, but it's like really good.
Like, well done. Yeah.
Well done. I love that shit, man. I used to watch it all the time. It was so funny. Lo culiao tragle flight.
Yeah. The flight from Jersey Shore.
Flight from the Jersey Shore. And I lived in New Jersey, and I never heard about how fucked up that place was.
I mean, my sister lives like pretty close to
the actual shore?
The actual Jersey Shore. Yeah.
And is it like the way they show it there?
There's like few and far between, but I've met people like that from Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Philadelphia's like also capital of like kind of meatheads that like just believe in everything they say, and they have like 3 things they love.
Yeah,
right.
It's like fucking and fighting and drinking.
Yeah.
Like the Jersey Shore.
The Gym Tan Laundry.
The GTL.
GTL.
Gym Tan and Laundry.
That's my plan for the day, bro.
Yeah.
Gym Tan and Laundry.
What about the chicks that were DTF?
Also.
Yeah, that was, what was that? Down to fuck?
Down to fuck.
Down to fuck. DTF. I remember this one episode where the situation, he was like dancing with some chick.
The situation. That's what he showed his abs?
Yeah, the one.
This is a situation.
This is the situation right here, his fucking abs.
These are my abs.
So there was this other guy, fuck, I can't remember his name. Paulie, I think, or Ronnie, I don't know. One of them.
Yeah.
Was dancing like with a girl. And then he went like he neglected her in some way. Neglected in the way is like he went to the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
And then the situation goes to the camera. He's like, I'm pulling a robbery. And he grabbed like the chick and started dancing with her. I'm pulling a robbery. You know, it was like a thing. You know, like it wasn't a human being that was dancing. No, it was just some shit that he wanted. You know, and I'm robbing it now.
I'm the Hamburglar. And that you see those hams right there? Look at that.
What about the grenades?
Yeah.
Remember there were chicks that were grenades, and the fat ones were grenade launchers.
That's right, dude. Okay.
It was so funny. And I remember this other one where the I don't know who the fuck was in with some girl in his room, and the other guy wanted to bang her too, the situation. So he goes, he knocks on the door, he's like, come on, man, what's going on? You know, and the other one's like, hey, stop being such a fucking cockblock, man. Like, it's me time in here.
It's
like,
me.
Yeah.
I swear it's just me.
Yeah, it's just me, you know? And he's like, come on, man, sharing is caring. Sharing is caring like a woman. It was so machista. Really funny.
That's so machista.
But it's
like,
funny.
5 years later, that shit wouldn't have flown.
No,
and today,
that would never flow.
Those guys are criminals. Like,
yeah,
borderline criminals. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't flow. Not for a fucking second.
I can't believe that happened only like 8 years ago. How ridiculous that is.
Yeah, but it was so funny, you know, because they treated everything like just like objects and shit. They just wanted to fuck, you know.
And it's all just part of the joke. Just ha ha.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so caliente.
Yeah.
It's all part of the joke.
Yeah,
it's fine.
And when they get in fights and shit, oh, it was so funny, man. I used to love that show. Now there's another one that's like in Italy, I think. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I watch, I've seen ads for it come out, and it's never gonna top the originals. So we were talking about party culture, and for some reason we got into LMFAO, and then and then the Jersey Shore.
Well, I had like a kind of relating to party culture.
Okay,
but. Like zorrones in Chile are partiers, right?
Yeah.
Are they known for partying?
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's like the stereotype of el zorrón is like la piscola perritz. And like, they always want to party, and they always want to make out with women. Pretty much. It's like, that's their motto. Like,
but is it GTL? Or that GTL is like flight day? That's more flight day?
Yeah.
Is it both? Flight day and zorrón. Like, how does it...
Oh, okay. I get what you're getting at.
There's elements of both in the Jersey Shore guys, right?
In the Jersey Shore guys, yeah. I don't know. Zorrones, they're more like... I mean, to me, they're like people that have a lot of money and are not really cultured around the actual world. So to them, everything's just like a party, a never-ending party. Let's go over to my dad's place, you know? My dad is in the States today, so I have this house for me in the fucking weekend. Like Stifler's house. Stifler's beach house, you know? Like, sort of like that. Yeah. I'd say, like, Los Zorrones are like American Pie wannabes, I guess.
Got you.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So what about that? Because I've had a lot of people asking me, like things that you see in movies like American Pie and these, are those the way the parties actually happen? Because I never partied in the States because I came back here and I was like 10. And then I went back when I was like 20-something. So I missed out like
You missed out on the high school parties.
On the high school parties.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You missed out.
So how was it? Is it the way that they show it like on movies or not really or what?
So I wasn't cool enough in high school to like go to all these like swanky, really fancy parties. And they weren't fancy or anything. It was just like the coolest 10 to 20 kids in school. Like they'd meet up at one of their rich parents' houses when they weren't there. Exactly that.
Yeah, kind of like the Plastics in Mean Girls, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And they would always have booze, and they'd somehow find marijuana too. And I don't know, like there would be hookups that happen at these parties, and they fucking run shit in the school. So you want to go. If you ever get invited, like you gotta go, you know? So I only got to go to like one of them really. Maybe two? Nah, 2 or 3. Because I was Stacy, who was like, this girl was magic.
Really?
Nah, dude, she was real hot. She was super hot.
Yeah.
And she was funny too. And she liked The Office. And we both talked about The Office. And I like would flirt with her during calculus classes.
Okay.
And I don't know, like I wasn't the coolest kid in school, but I like did jokes and I like would do stand up a couple times and it like went relatively well.
Okay.
So I had some notoriety as being like the weird funny guy.
Okay, all right.
So I had just enough
to make it to one of those parties.
To get it to and I made out with Stacy at one of
Really?
Yeah, at a party at her place.
Oh, wow.
With all the coolest kids.
And when they're all cheering you up like go, chug like that or not really?
They're like egging me to take a bong hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you?
And I did. And it was the first time I smoked, so I didn't feel anything.
Okay.
So I took this massive bong hit. And I was like, whoa, Chris is crazy.
Chris is crazy. And what happened to Stacy?
Stacy, well, that was like, what happened was I took it too seriously. Like
Yeah, because you were totally in love.
I was
If you're saying she was magic, then yeah.
Oh my God. She's the girl I'm still hung up on. She's the one that got away.
Okay, Katy Perry. Yeah. The one that got away. Okay, so but you never.
I still look her up on Facebook like once every 6 months or so.
Oh, really?
Like, what's Stacey
so
up
you
to?
still talk?
No, I just look her up.
No,
I don't send her any messages.
You just go psycho through her profile and shit.
I just say, God, she still got it. She still got it. If I see her at a random bar, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, you're gonna give it a try.
Yeah.
So how about like underage drinking? Because, for example, here I've noticed something that really piqued, that to me was really interesting was that I remember the first time I went like to an actual party that they invited me over to a party. I was like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
And I showed up with a bottle of Jack Daniels. I bought like Jack Daniels and ice and
that's exactly what you want to drink when your first time drinking.
Yeah. No. Like I said, I was 20, but it was the first time I went to a party. And here at least it's like because you drink beer when you're younger because you have no more money.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be it. That's why you would drink beer. But here I think that we have a tendency to drink more of the hard stuff.
Okay.
Like the way they call it down there. So I remember that when I showed up with the Jack Daniels, they were like, okay, so what's that for? I was like, to drink it. You know, like, don't you guys drink whiskey and Coke? And they're like, well, yeah, but not really. You know, like, where's the beer? You know, like, because they all had like these kegs of beer and shit like that. So I was like kind of like the weirdo, like drinking hard liquor at a party.
Yeah.
You know, because at least from what I got culturally, I don't know, I could be wrong, but from what I got culturally, it's not well seen to drink like hard liquor at parties. You'll have shots.
It'll be like vodka.
Yeah.
People drink Smirnoff. That's the big one.
Yeah, Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll drink that, or they'll have shots of like tequila or something like that, but they won't actually mix themselves like a fucking Jack and Coke.
No, that's too much.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's not going to be like, a gin and tonic for everyone here.
I have some gin and tonic for my friends.
19-year-old brethren.
Yeah. So that happens, right? That is a cultural difference then. It wasn't just me.
I would say so. I do remember one of the first things I drank was 151. Bacardi 151.
Okay, the 151 proof?
Proof, yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, that was because it was like, my parents are away and let's go look in the cupboard. And I was like, 16. Mm-hmm. And I took 2 shots of that and it's just like, someone hit the back of my head with a boot. It was terrible.
Yeah, of course. 151 proof, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's a normal thing. I think, yeah, like you're saying, it's kegs, it's cheap beer,
cheap beer.
Natural ice, right? Natty Light.
Jello shots.
Jello shot, but that too, like, when you're 18,
expensive.
how do you put that? Some people know how to put that shit together.
Yeah.
When you're like 20, 21, and you're in college.
Yeah.
People know that shit.
In college.
But at high school parties, nobody knows it.
Yeah.
High school.
So you would say high school is more like cheap beer and all that. But is it cultural or is it just because of acquisition power?
No, I think it's acquisition. And because of acquisition, it becomes cultural.
Okay. Because here, we don't have that much money, too. But we would just buy, like, really shitty... I remember I would drink un ron que costaba así como 800 pesos. We get, like, a really cheap-ass fucking rum. And then we get, like, a juice, like a powdered juice. And then we mix it up with the rum and drink that.
That's gross.
Yeah, like, we would rather
have... That's super gross.
Like, we would rather have, at least from my experience, we would rather have, like, a really cheap, shitty, hard liquor than a decent beer. At least in my case.
Yeah, but that's not the United States, I would say.
Yeah, no, that's not the States, right?
But now there's the IPA phase. I don't know if the IPA phase has trickled down into high schools.
What is the IPA phase?
Where it's like all the beer now is artisanal and it's really cool to have.
Oh, las IPAs.
Yeah.
IPA, okay.
Yeah, the
so
IPA, po, Julio.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Just when I heard it as IPA, I was like, what the fuck is that? But yeah, IPA. Okay.
That's what say IPA in Chile?
Yeah, they call it IPA.
Me gusta la IPA.
Yeah. They
it sounds like like an STD or something.
Yeah. I got IPA. Yeah. No, they call them IPA. Así como cerveza IPA. Tienen cross.
Me pegó la IPA one.
Yeah. Oh, so now they're on that artisanal beer phase.
Yeah.
In the States. Like in college, you say.
I don't know. Has that trickled into high schools? Maybe
I wouldn't think so.
You don't think?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe it's like, like they start tasting now, you start like enjoying it more.
And what about social gatherings and shit like that? Because here in Chile, at least, like everything is made so you can drink. You know, like let's play some video games and drink. You know, we got to study for tomorrow. We could drink too.
But there's,
you know, like at least that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the way. Is it that way in the States as well?
But it's a social thing, like where it's like.
I think that in Chile, like whatever is social, whatever it may be, they always find a way to fucking sneak booze into it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same way in the States, or do you think that we are more alcoholic in nature?
Yeah, in the States too. There's like drinking in high schools and stuff. I think part of it when you're in high school is just like, we got it. You know, we have access to beer. We're the cool kids.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. Like, just that you can.
But also, the other thing is that you guys had to go, like, through the trouble of getting IDs and shit like that.
The McLovin.
Yeah, the McLovin, because that was also a thing, right?
The Hawaiian organ donor.
Yeah. Or here's McLovin, a 21-year-old Hawaiian organ donor. Yeah. But that's the thing, though, right? Over there? Because here in Chile, at least back then. I think that now they've been a bit harder on that. But back then, you could buy alcohol, whatever the fuck your age was. Nobody batted an eye.
No, I mean, like, as far as getting it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, you couldn't go to a liquor store and buy alcohol if you were underage in the States.
No, possible, yeah.
Impossible, right? Here, it was really easy. Like I said, like, we would get out of school, we would be with our fucking, uniforms, and we'd buy alcohol. I swear to God.
Oh, God.
I swear to God, yeah.
I know, I heard the average drinking age people start drinking in Chile?
13?
At 13?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It is nuts.
That's kind of scary.
It is kind of scary.
I know, it's nothing wrong with that, but that's
when did you start drinking?
I started drinking and simultaneously smoking weed at like 17 years old.
Okay.
17, 18.
So when was the first time that you were drunk?
Like stupid drunk.
Uh-huh.
I was playing poker with friends.
Okay.
And
it's a bad time to decide to get wasted, man.
I just remember being like, I was drinking. I just want to be like, playing with my friends. We're laughing. I just kept drinking. And then before I know it, I was like, wow, gravity's like nuts.
Yeah.
Like, this is different. And then I got sick like instantly. I was like 18. 17, 18. I don't know.
Oh, so you were old then.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I got drunk, I was 15. And I remember because I was going to turn 15. So September the 5th.
Not even 15.
Yeah.
You're not even 15.
So September the 5th, which is my birthday, it fell like on a Friday, I think.
Okay.
So the day before, we all said, at school, we all met up and we said, okay, so we're going to go home and we're going to tell our moms that tomorrow we have to come with una luca. Because in schools here, I don't know if in the States.
Tell your mom.
I don't remember if it ever happened in the States, but here at school, sometimes they'll make convivencias. You ever heard of that?
Okay.
It's like a day in the week where, at school, they'll buy like potato chips and soda pop and shit like that. And you'll have like 1 hour of class, just be eating shit and drinking pop with your classmates.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay? They don't do that in the States.
Not really. No.
Not really, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here, back when I went to school, I don't know if it's the same anyway. So sometimes there would be, I don't know, like El Día del Alumno, for example.
Oh, sure,
They'd be like, okay, convivencia. So you would have to buy like...
Oh, they special celebrate. Yeah, they do that in the United States.
Yeah, like celebrations and shit. So the Thursday, we will be like, okay, so we're going to say tomorrow that there's a convivencia and that everybody has to show up with una luca, and then we're going to skip school and we're going to go get wasted at this fucking guy's house.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I was going to turn 15, right?
Okay.
So we bought... Teníamos como 10 lucas. A lot of money. A lot of fucking money. Because we bought, like I said, la botella ron, it costed like 800 pesos.
Okay.
It was shit.
Yeah.
Una luca y bebía. So we bought, I don't know, I remember that we bought like a pisco, a rum, some beer, and cigarettes. So we went to this guy's house, and I was turning 15, so it was like my celebration. And we started playing El Conche Tu Madre. You ever heard of that?
No.
So have you ever heard of one that's called La Cultura chupística?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you ever know anybody that calls that game by that name, shoot him. Don't get together with him because it's a stupid ass name. Because when I was a kid, it was called El Conche Tu Madre. It's the same thing. So you make a drink and you put a topic and everybody has to say something. And the guy that fucks up or that makes a mistake or that complains, he has to drink the whole thing.
Or that complains.
Yeah, or if he complains.
I'm really drunk. Drink.
Yeah, no shit. So for example, the way we played it, it was called El Conche Tu Madre, and it was the same thing. We would put a topic. Let's say punk bands. So one would say the Ramones. I would say Bad Religion. One would say The Offspring.
That's a fun one, yeah.
For example.
That's like a driving game in the United States. Like, you're with your parents and like, name cereals. And then like, name movies that take place in New York City. And that's what you play with your family.
Okay.
Here you drink. Okay. You drink.
Yeah, so that's what it's called El Conche Tu Madre.
El Conche Tu Madre.
El Conche Tu Madre. So you put a topic, like I said, say punk band. So one says the Ramones, Bad Religion, NoFX, whatever. And then if somebody does not know one, or if he repeats one that was already said, or if somebody complains, then the guy has to, if the person complains, or the guy that lost, he has to drink the whole fucking thing and then yell, Conche tu madre.
Okay.
That's the game.
That's cool.
So that's the game.
Yeah.
So I remember one time I was like, I think it was punk bands. I was like, the Ramones. And then another guy said, the Ramones. I was like, lo repitió. But I was the only guy that complained. So fuck you, you drink it.
Oh.
For being a snitch. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's what I mean when they say, like, if you complain.
Yeah.
Like if you see that somebody repeated something, but nobody noticed it, then you just shut your fat mouth.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
You rat.
So I remember, you fucking rat bastard. So the first time, I mean, check this out. We were 15 years old. So it was, say, this is the glass.
Yeah.
It was like half ron, and then another half pisco, and then just a little bit beer. Like, so fucking stupid.
The hand of God.
And
there's always one.
Yeah, and then you'd have to fucking chug it all the way down. And so it's hard to yell Conche tu madre because it's like, it's still soaring down your throat, right? So you have to yell Conche tu madre. And if you can't, like if you gurgle in it and be like Conche,
or you
drink
vomit,
again.
Then you gotta drink again.
You gotta drink again. So that was the first time, and I got fucking wasted. I only drank like 2 times.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that, and then they called that La Cultura chupística. So
that's kind of lame,
it's
man.
Totally lame. La Cultura chupística pide marcas de autos. And it's the same rules, but
then when you finish drinking,
there's
no yelling at the... Okay.
No.
You don't drink and you go, La Cultura chupística.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That's lame, yeah.
It's called El Conche tu madre. Everybody knows that. So if you know anybody that calls it La Cultura chupística or says, hey, juguemos La Cultura chupística, just smack him in the head.
Tell him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, just be like, listen, it's called Conche tu madre, okay? Stop it with the cultural appropriation like that.
Caesar told me.
Caesar said it's called. Yeah, so imagine, I got fucking wasted. But again, the thing is, we didn't have like these fucking bongs to chug beer. No, it was like, let's get fucking wasted as soon as possible. And with the worst shit that you can find.
That is one thing that exists in the United States that I haven't seen in Chile. Are the bongs, beer bongs, and also like people will make contraptions. Like
in the States, yeah.
Yeah, where like they'll take like a water cooler, and they'll like poke 8 holes in the water cooler, and then put hoses that go out of the holes, and it's like yo, bro, this is called the McCracken.
Okay, and so there's beer coming out.
And they'll just fill it up with beer. And it yeah, bro, thanks for coming to my birthday. I really appreciate you coming out, bro. You know, we got here this drink. It's Red Bull with vodka and gin. We call it the hand of God. You know? You drink that. If you're bored, time to go drink the McCracken. We're going to drink that as well. And it's all set up. It's like, we got beer pong over here.
Okay.
It's like they really think of all these ways to get drunk that are different. At some point, someone will show up with the pouches of alcohol.
Okay. Yeah,
like cheap wine or
cheap
something
wine.
like that. And they'll smack the pouch and be like, time to suck the titty, baby.
Yeah, so kudos to them for that. At least they're mixing it up a little bit.
They mix it up, but like by the end of those parties, man, I would be so stupid drunk.
Of course. If you're mixing all that different type of alcohol together.
It's like you have so much fun until you just vomit all over yourself.
Yeah.
And the next day is like... terrible,
but
man.
I mean, like I said, kudos to them for that because here it's just like, let's get fucking wasted. You know?
The one thing I always try to avoid at like parties, Chilean parties, is when there's just like people sitting down. Like you show up, oh, vamos al carrete de mi tío, vamos al carrete de mi amigo de trabajo. And like, I don't know, you finally get there with it's like friends of friends kind of thing. And everyone's just sitting down talking.
Yeah. You hate that. Yeah.
And then they're talking about like,
boring shit.
Boring coupons. And I don't know, like, oh, now there's some sale. And fucking boring, like, oh, how do you get faster? Oh, this highway had a taco yesterday. And now you got to avoid on Fridays. I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
like, I'm trying to
exactly.
escape this shit.
Yeah, true.
And everyone's just sitting down at a small table. And everyone's so content just talking.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Do you think you think more is needed?
Do something.
Yeah,
I can
do
only
something.
sit down and talk, like drinking with, 10 random people. Hour and a half, man. That's all I got.
Yeah.
That's maximum. Like I can't go until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Beer pong doesn't exist here.
I've seen it at Quico parties.
At Quico parties, you have.
played a couple
but
Quico
yeah,
parties.
because they're copying it from over there because it doesn't exist here.
They copied all the games at the Quico parties.
Yeah.
The flip cup.
Yeah, the flip cup. I remember
Also
that.
copied, yeah.
Yeah. Beer pong, I remember that I went to this, it was also a Quico party, and they were like, oye, vamos a jugar al beer pong. I was like, really? Like, aren't we in Chile? You fuck. And then, yeah, we started, and they didn't even know the rules for it. The fucking assholes.
Oh, the place I went to, like, knew everything as far as, like, if you bounce, you can smack it away. Like, you can defend.
Yeah, you can
They
defend.
knew pretty much everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, where I went, they were like just wannabes.
Okay.
You know, like I actually I found beer pong to be kind of boring.
Yeah, I like to play like 2 games.
But
But yeah, I'm not gonna like go crazy. But it's fun to have it there, just to have the option.
Yeah, the option. Yeah, for whoever the fuck wants to do it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had diablitos?
Nah, what the hell's that?
Okay, so there are many ways to do it. One way, which is like, I don't know, people maybe will disagree with me with this, but the way that I used to do it most of the time was that you'd grab like an empty bottle of Coca-Cola, for example, and you'd fill like just the bottom half of it, not the half of the bottle, I would say like a third of the bottle with wine or with whatever the fuck you want, right? And then with a cigarette, you drill a hole right above where the fucking alcohol is, okay?
Yeah.
And then you put a cigarette there, or pot, it could be. You put the cigarette there, and then you smoke it by the bottle like this. Yeah.
It's just a bong.
It's just a bong.
Okay.
But they call it diablitos. So the thing is,
get
afterwards,
fucked up on the ceremony.
after you smoke all that shit, then you're supposed to drink the thing.
Oh no.
And it tastes horrible. And it tastes horrible.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had friends of mine that drank that shit and would be like intoxicated.
Dude,
Actually intoxicated.
Oh man.
You know, like it could be cigarette smoke. Some people did it with weed. I had a couple of friends that were total junkies, and they do it with cough syrup. They would grab like bottles of cough syrup, and they leave a little bit of cough syrup, and then they put what's it called? Un nevao, I think. It's like marijuana and Coke.
Okay.
And they smoke that shit, and then drink the fucking cough syrup.
Oh, dude, that's some like Lil Wayne, like broken soul shit. That's some real fucked up shit.
Yeah, that's like being a junkie right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like not fun.
That's like lean mixed with Coke, mixed with marijuana.
I had a friend that used to get high with lighters, with cigarette lighters.
Okay, dude, I've seen this in when I was in Los Andes.
Really? You saw guys? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you press here.
Yeah.
And they just
With the gas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sí, vos apretáis acá el encendedor, and then
Dude, okay. Because
they
this
just
happened.
sniff this gas.
I haven't
like
talked
that.
to anybody about this since I was in Los Andes 6 years ago.
Okay.
And I had this group of friends that I realized afterwards, like, maybe they weren't good influences or because I had no one else to hang out with. I had no one else to hang out with in Los Andes. So, like, finally, one time I met this, like, group of dudes that, like, live. One of the guys, like, lived with his aunt or something like that next to her business. And he just played, like, LOL all day. And he had, like, 3 or 4 friends that would come over and, like, they'd play PlayStation and LOL. And they'd smoke paraguas.
Okay.
Like, but they would, like, teach me a little bit about, like, Chilean words and stuff, like wea and I don't know. They told me, like, basic.
Okay.
I think it said.
They brought you up to speed.
The concha de madre. Like, they taught me all these concepts. But they were fucking junkies, man. And they taught me about gas. They were like, what is that? Like, they're inhaling gas.
Yeah.
That's got to be terrible for you.
It's got to be totally terrible for you. Yeah,
And
of course.
they literally would get, like, the cans, too.
Okay,
like-
but that's a glue, though. Would they
were, like,
do that, too?
They were, like, aerosol cans or something like that.
Okay, so I had a friend of mine that we used to put the aerosol right here, like, on your sleeve.
Yeah?
He wet it like that and then just smell it for whatever reason. And I think that got you, like, really, really, really high for, like, 3 seconds.
That's what it was. They told me, like, it's like a 10 to 15, yeah.
Yeah. But you get, like, really stupid high, but it would last nothing.
Yeah, that's what it was something like, they would, like, you're sitting there playing LOL.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, oh, casi me mató concha de madre.
Oh, no way. Oh, God.
And then friends right there like, oye, ahí está el bicho, mátalo. And everyone's just like high as fuck playing LOL.
Oh, God.
And they try to convince me to roll that shit.
And did you ever?
Nah.
No. Good thing, man. Good for you. Yeah, that's terrible. What about glue, though? Because here they call it ñoco. Have you ever heard of that?
Nah.
Ñoco? It's neopren. It's like a type of glue that they use, like, for wood.
Okay.
Like people that work with wood and furniture and shit like that. So there's this glue. It's called neopren. So they put it, like, in a bag, right at the end of the bag, and then they go like that.
Oh.
You know? But those are, like, people in the street, you see. It's not like a drug.
Yeah,
like,
it's not like,
yeah,
okay.
let's get together and do some ñoco. No, not at all. You know?
Okay.
But
That's a step even further.
Yeah, that's totally even further.
All right.
You know, what about pasta base? Pasta base, is that like crack cocaine?
That's the closest thing to it.
It's but it's
the same-
different?
I think it is different. I think it's the same connotation of like.
But you're not
look-
sure.
I can't tell you. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm pretty sure that pasta base is crack cocaine.
The thing is, like, one thing I noticed that's a difference between the United States and Chile as far as jokes. It's like United States, you can throw crack in any joke, and
Yeah.
everyone just ha ha like
Yeah, crack whore.
crack. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You're not smoking no marijuana tonight. I guess you're doing crack. Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah. What kind of crack are you smoking? Yeah, okay.
And you can't really make pasta base jokes in Chile because it doesn't work.
I mean, no, they kind of do. Si al culiao pastero. Kind of.
A little bit.
I know that there are some video games that are addictive that they call them like pastero.
Okay.
And you know, like, oh, juego culiao terrible pasta. I see, like Skyrim, that kind of shit that you have to pull like millions of hours into it.
Okay.
They kind of compare it to crack, but yeah, but not the way that they do in the States. No,
That's
it's
just
not
like
the same.
insert punchline.
Yeah.
Crack. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Crack cocaine. Even funnier.
Yeah,
You can like laugh at because you're pretty much just laughing at lower class people who are addicted to crack.
exactly.
That's
yeah.
all you're laughing.
That's all
at.
you're laughing at. Did
And
you
it
ever
still
try
flies.
crack cocaine?
I have friends who try crack cocaine.
Yeah?
I have not tried crack cocaine.
You never tried crack, and you never tried pasta base?
No.
Oh, I smoked that shit once.
Really?
Yeah, it was horrible.
What happened, man?
It was horrible. It was just horrible. I smelled like, I felt like my mouth tasted like shit. Like literal shit.
Okay.
Like poop. And I couldn't talk, I remember. When I smoked it, I remember I was with a friend of mine. He was like, yeah, ¿y cómo se siente? Uy, ¿cómo es? ¿Cómo es? And I would just look at him and I would try to like move my mouth to say something, but I couldn't for some fucking reason.
Oh, no. It's like sleep paralysis.
Something like that. It was horrible.
That's terrible.
It was horrible. Fucking horrible.
That scares me,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I was scared about it too because I heard, you know, like pretty much the shit that you hear, like if you do it only once, then you're hooked for life, you know? But I guess it's not like that because I only smoked the one time and I've never felt...
There's nothing you do it. You're hooked for life if you do it once.
I think that heroin is that way. I mean, that's what I've heard at least.
I think cocaine's the most addictive drug in the world.
Yeah,
Cocaine.
but I have done cocaine and I'm not addicted to it. You know? I think, but at the same time, like what we get... I mean, wherever you get cocaine, it's not going to be like pure 100% cocaine too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so maybe that. Yeah, maybe if you try like pure ass cocaine, then maybe
Angel
you're hooked.
dust?
Yeah, angel dust, and maybe you're fucking hooked for life.
Yeah.
What about crystal meth?
Dude, you're rolling out the hits today.
I know, right? You were going to talk about party culture, and here I am talking about crystal
Then we
meth.
ended up talking about like pasta base and crystal meth.
2 Doritos later. Okay, so how about crack cocaine? I don't know. I just think it's interesting because my dad used to be like he was like a drug addict.
Really?
Pretty much. So, yeah. So,
Fuck,
it's funny because, I mean, I don't care. But I think it's like really hard to get addicted to some, I mean, obviously it's not, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever been addicted to anything.
I was kind of addicted to marijuana.
Really?
For, I would say like, not fully addicted that I couldn't stop. I could, but it's like your endorphic releases, you know? Things that make you get happy. All of mine were based around getting high like once every 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Of like I would get high, I would come up with like be happy and come up with like cool shit and like go out and hang out with friends and like it was great. And then I kind of like collapse. And then I would like slowly get back to my feet. And then it would like all of my cycles, which everyone goes through, even if you're like are a fucking Mormon and you have no drugs, you're still going to go through like your waves or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But all my waves were just based on marijuana.
Wow.
That was the pillar.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So how did you do for it to stop?
I just got bored of it, man.
Yeah.
I don't
See,
know.
I never really liked marijuana. I smoked it like a couple of times and I just never really enjoyed it. Like everything I love being high, I hated it. I was like, I feel stupid. I don't like this. You know, so I guess lucky me, you know, otherwise, because I hear that shit can give you like depression and crap like that.
No.
I know a lot of people that actually get like depressed because of it.
Because they smoke weed?
Yeah, because they smoke too much weed. It's not like you're going to have a hit and then, I'm depressed.
It's just like, I guess your serotonin, endorphin, whatever.
Well,
you
yeah.
get such an overload.
But I mean,
but it's the same with, I'm assuming like.
But I mean, especially
really
like take your case, for example. You felt that all the endorphin releases had to do with marijuana. And then when you were not smoking and you felt like you needed it. So think about somebody that wants to stop smoking marijuana. Then suddenly they're going to start feeling like this anxiety or depression because they want it or they need it. I guess it could go. I think any type of drug could get you into depression, I guess.
Even
no
depression
is like an illness.
There's
really no
drugs.
Yeah. What about alcoholism? That also gets you fucking depressed.
Yeah.
You know? I think cigarettes don't. I mean, it could happen.
Anything, though. I mean, it's like, I like to play video games. I only get time to play it once every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And when I do, I get really jacked. And then right afterwards, it's like, fuck, I gotta wait again and go to some work I don't like.
Yeah.
And feel like powerless.
And feel powerless.
And feel bored. And then finally, okay, it's Friday, I get to party again. You can still like time your endorphin, whatever, off the weekend. You know, like I feel like a lot of people do that.
So getting back to like the culture, the party culture.
Yeah.
What about sex?
How's it different between Chile and the United States? I don't find it that different, to be honest.
You don't find it that different?
I don't know. I don't find it that different.
No? But like all the, the slutty girls or the fucking... You find it that it's pretty much the same?
I don't, because they were different etapas of my life. You know, so like I grew up in high school. I went to high school in the United States. You know, like I at college in the United States. And it's hard to say because dorm culture and fraternities and all that shit, that does change things.
Yeah.
That is a weird thing.
That
when
is
it comes
a weird
to like
thing.
sex and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because I think that here they're a bit more conservative about it.
You think?
I think, yeah.
I guess.
I mean, back in my day at least. Like
I would say, yeah, in small towns probably.
Yeah, like I remember that I had like some classmates that were getting pregnant, but they were like 1 or 2. And you would have girlfriends, but you would like make out, maybe cop a feel here and there, but like actual sex, not really.
Okay.
But from what I've heard, in the States it's pretty much like 15 and good to go. Let's get the fucking on.
No, dude. I mean,
no, not really.
Maybe, not in my high school.
No, right?
I don't think it's like Brazil. Brazil's like, you turn 12.
You turn 12, let's fuck.
Brazil's nuts, man. They like make jokes about it too.
Of course, yeah.
Like, I remember watching this movie in Brazil called, what is it called? Banco Central?
Okay, never seen it.
It's like a kid who's like 9 years old and he needs to go find his parents or something like that. And there's a woman who goes with him to find his his real mom.
Okay.
So he's like his adopted grandmother or whatever, and they sleep in bed together. And I don't know. He says some joke about like, she said, I guess I'm going to sleep now with a boy, and he's like, no, I'm a man. I've had sex before. And she's like, really?
And he's
like,
lying.
yeah. He's like, yeah, culié and transei muitas mulheres.
Why do they all speak like clowns, man?
Transei. And it's just like, but it's kind of funny in the context of the movie. How he's like trying to, because you don't know if he actually had sex or not.
True, yeah.
But just the way he says it and stuff, it's so Brazilian.
Yeah, but I mean, that's why I ask you, because, yeah, when it comes to age, obviously, like, now, sex, like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, a one-night stand or that kind of shit, it'll happen. But I was always under the impression that in the States, like, when it's younger kids, they don't really give a fuck as much. But at the same time, that was when I was growing up.
Yeah.
You know, like, maybe now it's different everywhere.
I think it might be a little bit. But I've read statistics that now, like, newer generations, there's less.
Less
They're
sex?
generally having less sex. Yeah.
Really?
There might be
Why?
more like one night stands and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But I think newer generations in general aren't quite as like all over the place horny.
Why do you think that is, though?
Dude, I think it's because of internet and like you can be completely content being like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna play a game tonight. You know, like
Yeah, I'll just jerk off.
I'll just jerk off. I'm just gonna play some online game I still have social friends. I think that like I'm just so horny, like cum is coming out of my eyes. Like,
Yeah,
there's
'cause
nothing I can do.
Yeah, because I remember for me, I was fucking horny all the time.
Like, yeah, I think there's more options now for handling that.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's weird though, because I know that there's a lot more options for having sex as well. Like when I was growing up, there was no Tinder,
yeah.
for example. You know, I missed out on that.
Yeah, because now you have a girl.
Yeah,
Serious girlfriend.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend for like 8 years now.
That's nuts.
So you know, I never got to enjoy the benefits of Tinder. You know, I did have one night stands, but I think that it's easier now to have casual sex. Yet for some reason, as you were telling me, not many people are having that much sex.
Less.
They're having less sex, which is weird.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I just think there's more like distractions.
Mm-hmm.
There's more shit to do that, I don't know.
But I mean, do you remember puberty, man? Like, I remember I was just thinking sex all
I
day.
remember having days when I was like convinced I was just gonna go jerk off in the school bathroom.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, hormones everywhere.
Yeah.
Fucking fidgeting all over the time.
There were moments when it was like the amount of horniness was so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd have sex with my girlfriend, and then I'd get home and I'd jerk off, just remembering it.
that's cool.
Like that kind of shit. I was like fucking horny all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
You know, now not because I'm older, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's an age. It has to do with the generation, which is weird, man. They should be having more sex. I really, really thought that they were more liberal, if you will.
No, they are more liberal. I think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
There's just I don't know.
Because, for example, I remember I once met this one girl, and we were like getting to know each other, and we were talking. And I remember we were talking about, we were pretty young. I was like 19, and then we were talking about, I don't know, drinks, stupid shit. And then she was like, "When was the first time that you kissed?" You know, I was like, I don't know. I think it was like 7. You know, like the first kiss. You know, like stupid child kiss, and then an actual like real French kiss. And she was like, "Yeah, the first time I kissed somebody was when I was 15."
Okay.
I was like, okay, and what age did you lose your virginity? She was like, no, right there. Like,
right there.
Yeah. So it was like, she kissed the guy, and then she just lost her virginity right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, that was really weird. I was like, really?
I would step one step at a time.
Yeah.
Step by step.
Yeah.
Like,
ooh, baby. Yeah, because, I mean, I don't want to be a prude about it, but I remember, you would kiss first, and then
that's why it's first base, second base, third base.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they made that fucking game.
That's why there are bases, yeah.
We could have fun being like, oh, I'm on first base. Like,
Yeah.
I got like the French kiss. Oh, I'm going to like cop a feel now. I'm
Yeah.
taking a lead off first.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm grabbing some ass today.
I just touched some breasts, and I'm on second base. Mm-hmm. Those are fun. That's not second base. Second base is...
I think second base is like...
hand stuff.
Groping, yeah.
Yeah.
And then third base is penetration.
No, third base is oral.
Oh, really?
Home run is penetration.
Oh, is there home run, really?
Yeah, that's what a home run is. Penetration.
Oh, I always thought it was first, second, and third base, and that's it.
No, baseball.
No, I know baseball, but I thought, okay, home run is... Oh, all right. I always thought it was 1, 2, and 3.
No, how would you miss the home run, man? How'd you miss that?
Yeah, no, but I mean, that's what I always thought. I thought it was first kissing, and then, kissing with
but you don't score a run.
touchy.
You don't fucking score a run unless you go from third base to home plate. Then you scored a point for your team.
Okay. There
you got
go.
one for the home team,
Got
bro.
one for the home team. Yeah, take one for the team, my man. Okay. I forgot all about that.
And people say,
Yeah,
like,
so
oh,
I think it's necessary, though. I mean, I don't want to be a prude about it, but I think it's necessary because if you go and fuck right away, then you've done everything that there is to be done, sort of.
sort of.
You know, yeah, sort of. You know, yeah, there's still a lot to be done, but you know, if you go straight on penetration right away, it's just weird.
Yeah. No, I mean, that is pretty strange. I think too. But the cartucha culture, that exists everywhere.
Yeah.
I've gone out with very Christian girls.
Okay.
In the United
Christian
States.
girls.
Very religious girls in the United States and in Chile.
Okay.
And it's the same game of like, we'll see how far things go, and things don't really go that far.
Okay, but in the States, so that happens also, like pretty much in the same way as here, you're saying. Because I always thought it wasn't. I always thought there were a lot of girls being like, yeah, you know, like gangbanging and shit. You know?
Gangbanging?
You know, like the scene from It that they didn't include in the movie?
In the United States?
Uh-huh. Not really.
No. And there's one thing, too. I don't know if it exists in Chile. I hope not. But there's, like, the slut shaming.
Okay, yeah, well, here it happens also. Así como la buena manaca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, any girl in high school who slept with more than, like, 4 guys during high school will be, like, slut-shamed.
Yeah.
Not truly slut-shamed. Everyone's like, oh, she's the one. Like,
Yeah.
if I get a chance, it'll probably be for her.
Yeah, might as well, try it out with her that she's already done it with some other guys.
Yeah.
Have you seen American Vandal ever?
Vandal?
Uh-huh.
No, what's that?
You got to watch that fucking show, man.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. It's a mockumentary.
Oh, dude, I love mockumentaries.
Yeah.
My favorite genre of film.
There you go. It's not a movie. It's a show, but
Okay.
the episodes are like 20 minutes long, and they're
Yeah.
8. It's amazing, man. Please watch it.
It's a joke, right? It's a humor show?
Yeah, it's comedy. It's a mockumentary. So there's these. So it's a school where one day these guys wake up and there's like dicks spray painted on the cars of every teacher, and then they have to find out the guy that did it. And the school puts out this one guy as like the culprit, but he says that he's innocent. So there's a mockumentary made. You know, like for example, the guy that they blame it on is called Dylan. So they show, no, Dylan, he's always been known for drawing dicks, and they show him like drawing dicks in whiteboards and shit. And the guy that's like trying to investigate his case because he's really like all for justice and equality.
Yeah.
He'll look at the dick pics, like the dicks that were drawn in the car.
And he evaluates the quality, and he's like...
Yeah. So he's like, look, so here, the dicks that Dylan draws, they all have hairs on them, and these don't. You know, and then they show it to him. He's like, here's something new for your case.
On both ball sack and shaft.
Yeah, you know, like here, they're like, hey, there's some new evidence that could play in your favor because we compared the dicks that were spray painted in the cars, and look, they don't have any balls on the hairs in comparison to yours, that yours always have. He's like, yeah, man, like, yeah, hairs are a really important part of the dick, you know, and they take it really, really seriously. But
That's
it's so
funny.
stupid. It's fucking funny.
I like it.
It's so funny.
I'm intrigued.
It's really funny, and the ending, man. Mwah. Oh God,
Yeah?
it's so good. God, it's so good.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, you gotta watch
Cool,
it. And
I'll
it's
do
gonna
it.
be like a lot of this shit. See, that's why I was asking you to, because also it's a high school, right? So they got like the slut, you know, the nerd, the cheerleader, the
Those
guy that
archetypes.
plays. Yeah, those
yeah.
archetypes, right?
Those really do exist. Yeah.
Yeah,
United States.
I know that they exist, you know,
Yeah.
but I just want to know, like, how accurate are they?
Yeah, but Chile, they don't exist, right? They're the same.
No, not really. No, así como el buen popular. No, not really. El buen
Like
que juega
como-
la pelota. Like everybody aquí juega la pelota.
Okay, that's
You
that's
know?
good. That's so healthy. Man.
Yeah, you know, there's not like the captain of the football team. No, like here todos juegan, así, and they all suck at it. You know?
They're all equally inept.
Yeah, and like the slut. Well, there's no guy that is like, you know, oh, this is me that I slept with everybody. You know, I mean, obviously there are in some courses or whatever, but there's not like the archetype like it happens there. You know, like the cheerleader, the
It's
nerd,
crazy. It's
the
crazy
fat
how
guy, the faggot.
the categories that come up and the way that like it affects social status within the school. There's a clear like hierarchy of popularity.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
everyone's
that doesn't
trying
really
to
happen
get
here.
to that fucking top, man.
I think you know why that happens, and it kind of makes a case for uniforms.
It's like capitalism too.
True.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
Like a pyramid. Yeah.
Because, for example, I remember when I first got here to Chile and I had to go to school and I had to use a fucking school uniform. I was like, why? This is so fucking stupid, you know? But then I remember in the States where there were kids that had like fucking $200 shirts on them.
Yeah, you can wear whatever.
You know, and they'd be like flashing out. And then the kid that was poor, like, oh, look at his fucking T-shirt, you know? Like, it would create inequality. So here, by having uniforms, I think it helps out that, you know, everybody looks the same, pretty much.
I don't know. I was always really against school uniforms.
Yeah, no, me too.
Because people should be able to wear cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to express yourself. Freedom of speech, bruh. But, I don't know. Now you say it that way. Because the pyramidal structure that happens at every fucking high school, all over the United States... There's always the cooler kids. There's always the less cool kids. There's always the shamed kids.
The shamed kids.
Because there were weird
fucks.
ones. And I don't know. Like, it's weird that it happens that way. And it might be... And then you jump into a job, right? Where there's like, the bosses are the cool ones, you know? And then, now there's the middle management. And they're okay. And then there's, now you're entry-level loser.
Yeah, entry-level loser.
Get ready for life, man. Because it's the same fucking shit, at least in the United States.
All over.
It's all pyramidal, man.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that about wraps up today. Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know where else we can go with it at this point.
yeah. I guess we should leave it like for later.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting, the whole party culture. Here it's more like get fucking wasted, and over there it's more like let's try to do different shit while we get wasted.
But I think that the amount of people that actually get wasted enough to vomit and like lose their shit is more so in the United States. Because they're not used to drinking.
Right.
Because when you first get it, it's so sweet.
Yeah, I remember
it just tastes so good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, because I mean, like I said, here we put drinking in anything and everything, and I don't think it's that much that way in the States.
When you don't start, when you first start when you're like 18, and you have access to as much alcohol as you could ever want, you just go nuts.
Yeah,
and you lose bad decisions, man.
Yeah, but I mean, when I was younger, I remember that I would be like the guy that would keep his cool in the way that I wouldn't get drunk as easily as my classmates. Okay. Like we would go like to parties and shit, and they would be fucking wasted like after an hour. And then since I already had a bit more of drinking experience, if you will, I would last a bit longer, or I would know how to measure myself with drinks. And then you talk to all the girls that don't really drink that much because they don't want to get all fucking wasted and piss themselves. You know, and that would work in your benefit.
No, girls in the United States will get completely wasted.
No, here, I mean, obviously there are too, you know, but I think that since since alcohol is so ingrained into all culture, I think, is that a lot of people deal with it different ways.
Yeah, I think they handle it a little better at least.
Yeah, they handle it a little bit better. Because, over there's a lot of guys, you know, throwing up and breaking shit in houses and crap. Here, that won't happen as much. It'll happen.
Calling the hospital? Like, my friend go to the hospital.
Yeah, friends like overdosed and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty then. So I guess we're ready to say goodbye for now.
Well, thanks for listening to What We Are.
Thank you very much for listening to What We Are. Remember to recommend this podcast to your friends and buddies. We should have like an Instagram page going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should set it up. We'll set it up, and I think that for next week, maybe we should have one.
Instagram fan page.
An Instagram fan page, yeah. And then we'll just write in English. No. And we'll just answer in English. Cool. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah.
Well, the idea has been conceived.
Alrighty. So, next week we'll let you know the actual address of the Instagram page and all that shit.
Cool.
And any closing comments that you have? Are you going to go drink now?
Yeah.
You're going to go get wasted?
Ironically, we didn't drink at all this week.
No.
We talked about drinking the whole time.
True, yeah. We didn't talk. We didn't drink anything. Well, we'll do it next week then.
Next week. Double.
Yeah. All right, man. Take care. Thank you for listening to What We Are, and see you next week. Mwah.